Hello, everyone. This is an impromptu video. I wanted to come on here and show you this because some of the resellers wanted to see what I was crocheting, and this gift is for me, Angie. What happened was I was in a chat a couple weeks ago, and I was working on this piece, and I seen Angie in the chat, and I'm like, just popped into my head. She's the one that I'm going to give this to. So some of the other resellers wanted to see what the piece was once it was done before it goes off to its owner. So I'm going to show you. I crocheted this piece for It's Me Angie. This pattern was new to me. I had never done this before, and I thought I was going to try it. I always give my pieces away. That's just me. And I'll show you another look at it. And this is what it looks like. You've got your 4 pineapples right there. You have some fans on it. So I just want to come on here and do the video and show the gift that is going to meet Angie. Also, I'll show you. Now, this was totally different for me because I never worked with a book. This is what I had to go by. That, my friends, is a diagram, and most patterns are kind of written out, in word form. Well, this one wasn't. Hi, Deb. Welcome in. I'll show it to you again. But this was my first attempt at making this. I always give my pieces away. I don't know. It just makes me happy to see other people happy. That's my personality. But yes, I think you're right. It does kind of resemble one. Honey child, there was a lot of work in here, and this was new to me, but I always like a challenge. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that. And we did it. And this is for It's Me, Angie. Hi, Laura. Thank you, Laura. I wanted to come on here and show this. This gift is for It's Me, Angie. I'm always crocheting something, and I always give things away. So I seen Angie in a chat, and I said, she's the one. I don't know. Excuse my room. It's a hot mess. But anyway, I just wanted to show this again to people because I know some of the other resellers wanted to see it as well. That was my first attempt at this, and I'll show you. I was telling Laura a little bit about this the other day. This is what I was working with. This is a diagram. I had never worked with a diagram before. I had always worked with written patterns, and this one you see where it's numbered, where the rows are there. I worked this. Let me tell you guys, this is the God's honest truth. I took some of this out and I did it 7 times. Why did I do that? Because it wasn't to my specifications. If I messed up a row, I just took it all out and started all over again. One time I even had the piece turned the wrong way and crocheted the wrong way. So I had to go back, but it happens to the best of us. We all make mistakes. And there's Sissy Michelle. Sissy, I crocheted. Here's a crocheted piece. I made this. And guess who it's for, Sissy Michelle? This is for It's Me, Angie. And I love you too, sweetheart. I'm always crocheting things and giving them away because it just makes me happy. And I'm Pamela Perks and Picks. Don't have your lip out because I've already started yours. So here I'll show you what I have done. This is hers is going to be made with a finer string. So it's going to change the looks of it. And this is the hook size. It was a size 10. That's how little it is. However, they do make them smaller. And I was on on with Laura Saturday, which I had a wonderful time. And don't forget the thumbs up. But this is the start of Pamela's Perks and Picks, aka Pammy. So if you're out there with your lip out, don't worry, I've already started it. I started mine, but I dispensed with it because that's just what I do. But this is a finer thread versus what I was working with before. So this is going to have a total different look to it. So I was working on a pink one, and I thought that's what you get when you tell somebody that you made something for somebody and you look up and they want something too, but that's okay. That's what I do. I just love to crochet. But yeah, I come on here because a lot of the other resellers wanted to see it. And I think Angie, she sent me an email, but I think she may have put a D instead of an F in Bradford. And that's quite common, so I will get a hold of her, and this is going to her. I need to send Sissy Michelle her butterfly. Laura gets a spoon, and I tell you, I've been up shipping. When you have larger items that you ship, you have to have a box. And I'm such a perfectionist. It's got to be right, and I always get the best rates for people. I know how to do it. I've kind of experienced that, but Lord have mercy, you guys. I was out thrifting. So if you see a thrifting video, you're going to see another video today because I have it's from Marion and I've got 2 boxes. So she told me if I ever want to do the video to contact her and let her know. So I'll get something to eat and then I'll send her an email and she'll know because she said she wants to be there. But I went thrifting today, and boy, did I found a Kate Spade wallet, a black one. You would have really been tickled if you'd have saw me. They pulled out this big bin, and it was wire. And I was looking around, and I saw Kate Spade in there. I took one hand, went underneath it, and worked it up until I got it out of there, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's black. It's kind of what you'd call that go with everything type. And I open it up and it's absolutely stunning. Stunning, I say. But, with Kate Spade, she's deceased. And whenever someone's deceased, the price on things always go up. And I found oh my God, Laura, you're not going to believe this. I found some Chinese plates with the paperwork in them, in their boxes, and I found 3 of them. And they're Chinese. They have all the information. They have everything in it. And I just couldn't resist. I thought I put them in my cart, and away I went. Because sometimes something that really bugs me is when you're out and you're looking at somebody at something and somebody moves in and you're like, I was here first kind of look, and you kind of just smile and they finally just, because I'm polite and I like to be that way when I'm out because that's just me. But of course, I found some more jewelry. I found something, ladies, and my Presidium is down, and that's less than a year old, so the manufacturer is going to get a call because that thing was $300. And my husband, he was a little agitated, and I said, well, did you read the book? And he said, well, yeah. And he was down in the basement and I was upstairs. So I walked over to where I sat. There's a caddy there, and I pulled it out and I said, you sure you read the book? Well, yeah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I just walked over there and got it. And he goes, no, you didn't. I said, don't tell me I didn't walk over and get that, buddy. And when you see my head moving like that, he's in trouble. But I'm going to have to get in contact with the company because that's a $300 baby. Oh, and back to what I was saying. I think I found a necklace that had jade in it. It felt cold and it looked like jade. So it could be sometimes they put things out where the person may not know what something is, and then I come along and snatch it right up. Hi, Johnny Small Pepper. Welcome in, sweetie. Johnny Small Pepper, I met him in Sheena's chat, and he's a really nice guy. So if you guys haven't subbed to Johnny, just click on his icon there. It'll take you right to his channel and support him because he's a great guy. But since Johnny came in a little bit later, I'm going to show him the piece that I was showing everyone else. I crocheted this, and it is a gift for It's Me, Angie. And I'm working on another one as if, you know, I don't know. I just like doing things. I've usually got a crochet hook in my hand or a phone watching an auction. Anybody that knows me knows that really well. But it's good to see you guys. You guys, it's 30 some odd degrees out there. This is typical March weather in Indiana, but it will get better. My Easter flowers came out, so I had my husband cover them up. Yeah, Johnny, my husband said if he ever had to do it, he'd get so frustrated he'd throw it in the garbage. But you can't. I know some men do crochet, and I'm subscribed to some, and my brother-in-law said it's a lost art, and it's really true. A lot of times people don't really comprehend what goes into a crocheted piece. But this was my mother-in-law's book, and I'll show you the front of it. I'm going to have to tape it. And this is what it looks like. This belonged to my mother-in-law. She passed in 2012. Oh, look at that. Look, you want a real challenge and you have to take a nerve pill? Look at that on the back. That is The Last Supper, and it's all done in crochet. Isn't that neat? But when my mother-in-law passed away, I got all of her stuff. This was December of 1990, and it was $3.25. We know that stuff's not like that now. But like I said, it was a challenge for me. And there is Sheena. Hey, girl. I sent you an email. She's up here calling me a rock star. Thank you. Okay, Sheena, I don't know if you've seen this or not. I'm going to show it to you. This is what I do. I crochet, and you probably know that. But I made this, and it is a gift for It's Me, Angie. And it was a trip, to say the least. And I did it. I didn't give up. They say you only fail if you give up. And I just wouldn't do it. I said, look, girl, you can do this. You can read that diagram, get cracking. So I just worked it, and I know Sheena likes that. So after I get done with Pamela's, you're probably next. I'm doing this one. This one's for another person, and I've already started it, and this is in finer thread. So this is going to have a total different look. And what I do, this piece doesn't end up looking like that because it recommends to take a mild detergent and water and wash it. I don't do that because I don't like the way it looks. I just wet it. I've got this big old giant Walmart box covered with wax paper. And I just take it and pin it out starting in the middle. And and see, once it dries like that, it takes on that form, So this one will be done the same way. But I thought, some of the other resellers wanted to see it. So I came on, and this is my first attempt at a diagram, which, y'all, I didn't know if I could do it or not, but stubbornness does prevail. But like I said, I worked with a diagram like that. Most of the patterns that I have ever worked were written. Each round was written. You have to follow this pattern. And if you screw up, guess what? And there's Justine. Hi, Justine. You got to pull it out. And like I told y'all, I pulled it out 7 times because I didn't like the way it looked. I said, now this ain't going to fly. And there's Justine, and I'll show her. This is what I crocheted, and this is for It's Me, Angie. A lot of tedious work in that, ladies. But I would just sit, I would actually be watching auctions. Where's that Jason at? He's probably hiding from me. He probably hid. Thank you. And I went thrifting. I was in my natural, when I dropped off Sheena's package, it's right past the thrift store, and I just pulled right in there. And I found, like I said, I found a Kate Spade wallet. And boy, you should have seen me working my way up that wire thing. There's probably saying I've never seen a woman so intrigued with a wallet. But since Kate Spade is deceased, her stuff, the price goes up. Get that Jason in here so I can pick on him. But I just, I was seriously thinking about starting a crochet channel, but I'm not for sure. What do you guys think? Do you think I should? Because I would want to start with the beginners and work my way up, because you have to know your stitches. And this one was done in what they call double, triple crochet. That's this hook right here. That's yarn over 3 times, two, 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 two. So each stitch that is the double treble in this pattern took four steps to do. Did not see a comment. I would love that. And I know Sheena, she's a vintage gal as well. That's where we have a lot in common there, because I like the older stuff. It's just made better. It's prettier. There's something about a vintage piece, the history of it, the ambiance of it. And, but yeah, we have Johnny in here too. I was happy to see, well, I'm happy to see all of you, um, but yeah, I was in the thrifting store again and made out like a bandit. I like to, they have coffee in there. You come and fix your coffee. And if they're out, don't think I don't go knock, knock, you're out of coffee. They're probably like, who's that? They know me. I come in there all the time. But it's just a real nice place. It caters toward, the proceeds go to abused women that are trying to get back on their feet after they have experienced a lot of trauma in their life. And it's just a really good program. And man, do they get the donations. There was enough. Hey, Ron, thank you for coming in. I looked in the back, and you got these humongous boxes, and it would take them 10 years to go through everything. But more comes every day, because it's such a good organization that, let me show Ron this piece in case he didn't see it. But this is what we're all a dither about, Ron, is this piece here. I did crochet this. This is a gift for someone. And Sheena, after I get through with Pamela here, I'll do you one, and you tell me what color you would like, and I'll make that happen. So my very first piece that I crocheted, I was in my early, probably about 23, and my mother-in-law taught me how to do it. And my first project, I made a bride doll's dress, and it went on a doll. It had a crocheted thing around the flowers. I was like, and I sold that for $40, and that was when I was like 23, and I slept since then, just saying. So, oh, thank you, Laura. It didn't have a row by row pattern. It had a diagram, and I never did one ever in my entire life. My mother-in-law taught me. She was left-handed when she passed. I did get all of her crochet books, all of her thread, all of her needles, and she had made a huge, like a table cover, like a cloth was crocheted. And my husband said, "Well, there was a crocheted thing over there. It goes on a table." I said, "Oh, no, you didn't." They said, "Well, we gave it to the neighbor." I said, "Well, I can't quibble because I got all the other stuff. That would be selfish of me to quibble. But one of these days, I'm going to make one, once I get the nerve." But yeah, but my Presidium, I have to have that thing worked on, and that's a little over a year old. And my husband, I said, "Are you sure you read the book?" "Well, yeah." And I didn't see the book. And I said, "Well, I know part of it's in the living room." And he comes up, and I said, "Well, I just got this out." He goes, "No, you did." I said, "Don't you tell me I didn't get that out of the living room." And when I use that head movement, he's in trouble. But I was thinking about I've taken jewelry to Fast Fix before, and maybe they could work on it. Who knows? It better be under warranty, or there's going to be heads flying. But it's less than, I think it might be a year old, and I'm like, what the? And I could hear him working on that and know the words that was coming out of his mouth. Blankety blank blank blank. And but I'll figure something out. It might, as much as that daggone thing cost, it better be under warranty. I know because I'm like, but he's been in a mood all day. I got up in the middle of last night and got this big cookie, and I ate it. Pink butterfly blanket. See, there's already people wanting their stuff. I'll have to find a pattern for that with a butterfly in it. And he goes, "Well, you left a box in there sitting on the pantry and it was empty." And I said, "You haven't left an empty container in the refrigerator?" I said, "Here's what I'm going to say. He who lives in a glass house should not throw stones." Sometimes, I've been married to him for about, it'd be 42 years, and I knew him for 3 years previously. And you know how husbands and wives are. They know how to push your button. And we love them, but Dad burn it. He made me so mad when he told me that I didn't go in there and get that. He's, maybe he loves to challenge me, is what it is. And I've been real chillaxed here lately. He just wanted to see how far he could go. Ron, I'm sure you and Sheena's went around or two, but I always say if two people agree in a marriage, there's only one doing the thinking. So it's one of those. It's like a give take thing, and nobody's ever going to get along perfectly. You know, it's just part of life. Makes me mad. I'll block him. Uh-oh, you heard that, didn't you? Uh-oh. I'll have mercy on you, Ron. I wouldn't do that to you. Ron and Shay, which is Sheena's daughter and husband, they are so much help to her. You got a good one there. I know they get on your nerves, but you just got to grit your teeth and keep going. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, they're really supportive of her. And Sheena's the type of person you meet her and you feel like you've known her your entire life. Yeah, he's my husband. He wants to help, but I'm so picky. If he gets his finger in the way while I'm trying to wrap, you're like, boy, she's a wicked queen. But no, he does a lot of dropping off at the post office for me. Like the post office is only a block from my house, so it's really close. And going to the UPS store just gives me a reason to stop by the thrift store, right? Yeah, Sheena, she's somebody comes in her chat acting up, she gets rid of them. But no, she has a really nice chat. It's peaceful in there. Of course, I'll say something off the wall every now and then, and that's what keeps it fun. Though you never know what I'm going to say. That's well, Sissy Michelle, I can't send you none because it's cold here too, and my husband covered up some of my real beautiful Easter flowers, and I'll do a short video once the other ones come out. I have some yellow ones that are real ruffly, and there's orange around the edges of it. Beautiful. I was picking it from work one night and she blocked me. I remember that. Justine, have you tried your jelly yet? Inquiring minds want to know. But I'm going to do here in a few, probably later on. I'm doing an unboxing from a lady. Her name is Marion Hilton, and everybody knows her. And I've got two boxes, and I told her that I was going to do it. She goes, "Well, have you done one on me yet?" I said, "No, but I will." So I'll email her and let her know because she does want to be in the chat at the time. She's to do what she does. Who, me, Sheena? My phone's downstairs, dear. I'd have to make a mad dash. Yeah, jelly. Yeah. Now, Sheena had a good idea. I could make some with Splenda because something that I've noticed in a lot. Okay, Sheena, I'll do it when I run down and see. You know how many there's a flight of steps that would stifle a feller if he ran down there. But I'm going to try, which Splenda is just like sugar. I'm going to try a recipe with that. And like I said, I can make it as hot as you want it. But it's okay, Johnny. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. But yeah, you just meet all kinds of nice people out there. And Johnny's one of them. And that was one of Sheena's cheerleaders in the beginning when she just felt like throwing her hands up in the air and saying, "Forgetting it." Johnny told her to keep going and look at her now. Just look at her now. She's doing really well. I kind of stopped in on her whatnot last night, and I wanted to see how the other half lived. So I come in there and was my same conversational self as usual. But I think Sheena felt good that I was in there. I think I could feel that from her, and it was different. But I made sure I got the notification and it popped up. And yes, Johnny, Sheena and Johnny do build people up. Whatnot is a ghost town, however, Bolo is fantastic. She's a YouTube, okay. But they do build people up. And, there's a lot of people out there that need that. Ever since COVID, there's been a lot of people have been depressed and uh, they really need, that's really important. And it really is. And you don't know how much important until you feel like that and someone reaches their hand out to you and says, "Hey, it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it." Thanks, Justine, for coming in. Don't forget the thumbs up. And it means a lot. Yes, they can be ugly. But, I find when people treat people like that, they're not happy and they don't want you to be happy neither. And when they see you happy and bubbly and full of life, and they're like, "What's her problem? Nobody can be that happy." But they just don't realize you have a great day too, Justine. They just do not realize that People are hurting out there. And when, it's like this, there's that mental part and then there's the physical. Now, the mental part is worse because it kind of stays with you, and people have been treated very badly, and it's really hurtful to them. You can be more than just nasty, you know, and sometimes people go through things, and sometimes they reflect that upon other people because they just don't know how to talk about it. They don't know how to bring it out. They want to be this big, strong, tough person and think they don't need somebody. But I tell you what, we do. We all do. We really do. But Sheena, she's haters know you are greater. Never lower yourself to. Yeah, that's right, Johnny. You never want to get down on their level because they're wanting to pick a fight anyway, and people want to fight and argue, and they really need to lash out at the true problem themselves. If they want to know what the problem is, go in their bathroom and look in the mirror because that's where it lies, not with you, it's with them. It's easy to build people up. You have to, you never know what difference that you're going to make in the lives of somebody else. They want to go up to 1,000 in a week and it don't work like that. No, you have YouTube or anything else, you have to work it. People, I find that I figured out, people want to know who you are, what kind, what you're like, what kind of person you are. And it takes work. And I tell you what, Miss Sheena knows how to work it. She has figured out the formula. And you know what the saying goes? If you want to be successful, be around successful people. Check. Right? And I'm sitting here with this like I'm work it but have fun. Yes, like the other night Saturday night when I was with Laura and Randa, we had so much fun, and we all have different personalities, and it's just fun. You gotta have fun, you gotta laugh. Sometimes being serious can people don't like. They like to see that playful side of a person. Getting to 1,000 subscribers is like eating teeth. Horrible. After that, it gets better. Yeah, I always refer to that by that song, It's the Climb. I don't know if you've ever heard that song. It is about the climb. And I tell you what, there's one thing that no one can ever take from you is experience. When you've got it going on. Hi, Joyce. Welcome in. I'm going to show her what I was showing everybody else. Joyce, this is what I made for It's Me, Angie. I made this doily. It's like a fan type pattern. But that's what I had made. But yeah, it's like that song, It's the Climb. I forget who sings it and how it goes. The diagram. Okay, here is the diagram in which I used to crochet this. It starts right down here over there, and it's numbered. You can see the numbers there with each row, and you have to follow that. Now, the last two rows of this, you detach your thread from the last two rows because you have to start it in a different spot. But I had never did a diagram in my existence. Is that the right one? So I thought I would try it. You never know what you can do until you try. And, I had a good teacher, and she, I've got over there, have a big storage thing full of books. And, right. Yeah, this is what. Basically, you're correct, Laura. It's just it's a diagram. And let me tell you something, if you've never did one before, it can drive you crazy. But I knew I could do it because I got frustrated and I was talking to myself, look, Gina, you can crochet. Get to it. So burning her thumb. All right. I am happy for her too because there are some people you cannot understand why they're not at that yet. But as y'all know, YouTube takes away, but you get them back. But I don't think that's fair in the first place. Yeah, it's hard work. She's become pretty popular because of her. Another thing is her karaoke, and she has made so many friends from that alone. You know, I get stage fright. I'd be a bumble. I no telling what I'd sound like. But singing in the car is one thing. Real life is another. Yes, she does. She really does. But I may start a crochet channel. Who knows? I think a lot of people would like to know the basics and like your chain and your stitches, because if you cannot identify your stitches, for example, if I can find it. Let's see. Say like you got a pattern and it reads X amount of DCs. Well, you have to know what a DC is. DC is a double crochet. You have a single, double, half double. You have all those stitches and you have to know how to do them. And the best way to do is start from the ground up and do your chain and work your different stitches across and then go from there. That way you can identify your stitches. And I know if you look at a pattern, it all looks foreign to you because it's all abbreviated. But I've always wanted to learn how to knit, but I've never taken that on yet. I don't think you have knitting people and you have people that crochet, and I guess I fall in that crochet category. There you are. He's yanking my chain because he said songbird. See that? Okay, Jason, since you're just now coming in. Jason said, I can't believe she just said that. Well, I say a lot of off the wall things. I made this, Jason. Not only can I sing, I can do this too. There's that. I made this. I crocheted this. I'm giving this away to It's Me, Angie. I made that. And just when I thought I was going to make me one, someone else wanted one. So I'm working on theirs too. But see, there's that hidden talent. You never know what talent might be there. But yeah, I was asking where you was, Jason. Hi, Pearl. How are you doing, sweetheart? We're talking crochet and subscriptions and people and things and thrifting and Pearl, she's a sweetheart too. Actually, isn't your that is beautiful? We didn't. Okay, Jason. No, I didn't sing. Actually, here's what I did. I was either watching auctions or watching TV or playing. My favorite game is Wheel of Fortune, and the other one is Candy Crush. So, oh, I know you do. You just like to get a rise out of me. But yeah, it's Jason probably said, "Look at her. I never thought she'd be able to do that." This is you want to make me a pink butterfly blanket. Oh, the project's coming down. I probably got a book in here somewhere, because I inherited all my mother in law's crochet books. I could probably find it. Oh, I love Candy Crush too. I'm way up in the ranks. I'm up to 1,000 something. I like to play that too. Can you imagine somebody crocheting something like that and playing a game? Talk about your multitaskers. But um, I got up today. Is it not hard on? Don't overextend. Ask me how. Don't overextend yourself. Gina asked me how I know. I know. Sheena, would you go 7 hours and then went on Whatnot too. Yeah, Sheena's a go-getter. You ever get up on one of those days and it's cloudy outside and all you want to do is sleep? That was me today. I said, no, you're getting up, you're getting busy, and you're going to do it. You got shipping to do, get that stuff out of there. But yeah, I got up and quarreled with my husband a little bit and took some packages, mailed some packages, one to the UPS and one through the mail. And then I stopped at the thrift shop and the beat goes on. But yeah, it's extremely, these are Sheena earrings here. Those pretty. I don't know. Sometimes you gravitate towards certain things that you got from certain people, and it just seems to be. Yeah, Sheena, she had a bunch. I was worried about you because you had some cake, and I know you have lupus, and I'm like, I hope she didn't. Thank you. I said, I hope she didn't wasn't really sick over that. I know there's just Jason, there's some people that can look at something and crochet. There's some people that can look at clothing and go home and reproduce it. Hi Beth, welcome in, sweetheart. She's get Beth, I'm going to show you what I crocheted, and this is a gift for someone. And each person, I have to show it. There was so much work in this. Here, let me turn it the right way. This is what I crocheted, and this is for It's Me, Angie. And it wasn't, it was from this diagram here. You know, most patterns are written. This one is a diagram. You have to follow the diagram. So I was just pretty proud of myself for not giving up, but we're getting a lot of people in there. I seen the word way and it just came out of my mouth. But I'm this type of person. If I slack off and then when I come back into it, I'm like a steamroller. I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and buddy, I do it. It's just something about accomplishing something that makes you feel good. Thank you, hon. I appreciate that. Phew. But I think I bought when I thrifted something that was jade because it felt like it looked like it, and I think that's what it was. If you get kind of inexperienced, a lot of those people don't know about stones and everything. They just kind of, and I think it was jade, and it's not real big, but I'll show it to you. And I'm going through there, and I go through there with a fine tooth comb, and that's the way you do it, as they say. Jason was fearful I was going to break into song, wasn't you? Vintage necklace. Yeah, Sheena, I got a vintage Waltham watch from her last night. Yes, I saw that. How lucky. That was, and you guys went out and you had lunch. That's great, Sissy Michelle. That is great. I bet you was really excited. You know, it's kind of amazing, isn't it? I can't find anything about it, but someone said it was worth thousands. Hey, Teresa, welcome in, sweetheart. Well, I'm just going to keep yakking because there's people coming in. But, hey, Teresa, girl, good to see you. But once you get over the stage fright of YouTube, you're a lot better off. I think it was more messing up than it was. Maybe send it to an Asian dealer in New York or finding. Yeah, Sheena, you might want to. You might be sitting on a gold mine there, you know. But I got these Japanese plates, and they were all in their box, and they had the paperwork in them. And I got three of them, and they were all different. They're about like that. It had a bunch of paperwork in there. It had some things written in like whatever that language is, and I just picked up all three of them. Somebody probably said, "Look at her over there taking all them. I wanted one of those." And I'm like, "Tough." No, I'm kidding. The early bird gets the worm. You get a hold of it, you better put it in your cart. And I know they ain't gonna reach in my cart. We would have a discussion. I may send it to but yeah, that that's just something that I've got two bags out in the car that I haven't even. Oh my God, you guys! I came home. It's a good thing I left before my husband left for work. I have never seen the amount of packages down there. I don't know why I'm whispering for. He knows me. Well, I had this. I took care of this old fella, and well, his wife first. When I worked in home health care, and he put this Barbie doll in his cart, and this lady reached in there and grabbed it out. I don't know where he was, and he looked at her like he got it back. So he told me that he was in a parking lot and he backed out and hit this person's Cadillac. And he goes, "You never heard the language that come out of her mouth," and asked me, demanded my insurance, blah, blah, blah. I said, "She was mad at you." I said, "You get a woman in a Cadillac, she is going to go off on you if you back into her." I don't know what happened. But he said she was saying all kinds of four-letter words, and they were not good. But we got done eating, so we were sitting in the car waiting for Jim to come pick me up. I was singing My Girl with the radio, people looking by it like we were crazy old ladies. But around here, their estate sales are scary. Almost need a bodyguard. Oh my goodness, Laura. I live in Indiana, and Kentucky's like 20 to 25 miles up the way. And somebody gets shot there every day. And my mother's buried in Portland Cemetery up there where they got bars on the establishments. Just need to say it. Beth, I'm so proud of you. I know you just never know when you go out anymore. When you're a female, you almost have to take somebody with you. Me, I'll just give them that look. No, look ain't gonna do it. I can sense when there's trouble. One time I had this little guy I took care of. He had Williams syndrome, and we was going in this gas station, and there was two guys fighting between the door. And I said, "Come on!" And I pulled him to the other side of the car. I said, "Let them fight it out, and we'll go in." And I went in there, and that guy said, "Well, he took my so and so." I said, "Well, your behavior will get you locked up too." I said, "I had this young man with me, and you guys was fighting between the door. I don't care if he stole your shoes or not. Don't be throwing punches in my presence when I have a client." Vintage, yeah. And I thought, Lord have mercy. And this was Indiana, but it was like the west end of Louisville where they're really tough down there, and they'll steal your hubcaps. And yeah. I remember one time I needed I had a Cadillac, and it had low profile tires on it. So my husband said, "Well, those are expensive." And we switched them out. Well, he made the dire mistake of getting a set of rims that was out. One of them was out around. And I got in that car, and at about 55, it started doing that. I came home and looked at him. I said, "You get those tires back to that guy." I said, "A Cadillac does not drive like that, and not mine. Get them back to him." Then I had another one, and he had the white walls turned to the back. I said, "What?" I said, "Why do you get white wall tires for? To be seen? I'll get them turned around." I know I've been a whiz bang in my day, but we're particular. I'm particular. My dad, I get it from my dad because he was really particular about his vehicles, and he was something else. He liked his cars. My grandfather, he liked Cadillacs too. He had one of those big long ones, and the interior was that velvet, and it was like floral in there, and it was like a boat. And I can remember that so well being a child. And it was an Eldorado. It was looked like a you could put it out on the Ohio River and start paddling. But that's how they made them back then. It was just they were just big, large, and in charge. But anywho, did you guys hit the thumbs up for me? Make sure you hit that thumbs up because I'll be coming back on later with a unboxing. Once I get this straightened out, I'll probably eat some dinner or something. I'm hypoglycemic, and if I don't eat, it's hard. It's really hard on me. And you have to keep food in your stomach because when your blood sugar drops, you feel sick to your stomach, you sweat. It's not a good thing. Yeah, Michelle's dad had a Cadillac. Yeah, my dad did too. My dad was a truck driver. He said when he drove a truck, I'll have to dig out his army picture. When my dad he drove a truck, all the women thought he was Elvis, thought he looked like Elvis. So now I got to dig that picture out and show you because when I worked for the home health care agency, they wanted to honor veterans, and I took a picture and a copy of it. And they said, "Well, we all thought he looked like Elvis." I said, "Well, I'll have to pop that picture out and show it to you." But anyway, I'm going to conclude this live. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. I'll be back on later once I get this room straight. This is a small room. The big rooms are downstairs, but I'll have to show it to you. I will dig it out, and I have a picture of my mother, and I look like her identical from here down. So, anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Have a good day. I'll catch you later. Love you, Jason, Laura, Sheena, Beth, and Sissy Michelle. Love you, Beth. You guys are wonderful. I love you guys. See y'all later. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Bye bye.